Good day, you're watching Leadership TV News. I am Cynthia Onwado. Here are the news headlines. Tinubu offers free healthcare for low-income retirees, approves pension increase. Aviation workers protest Port Harcourt Airport concession plan. Value Jet responds after NCAA suspension of pilots over safety breach. Germany opens new Schengen visa centers in Nigeria, Cameroon, Cyprus. On entertainment, Diddy seeks Trump's pardon ahead of October sentencing. And here's the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate rollout of free healthcare access for low-income retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme (CPS), describing the move as a vital pillar of social protection and dignity for elderly citizens. The president also approved the swift implementation of long-overdue pension increases, including introducing a minimum pension guarantee to cushion the most vulnerable pensioners within the CPS framework. According to a statement issued on Wednesday by presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu gave the directives after receiving a policy briefing from the Director General of the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, Mrs. Omolola Oloworaran. President Tinubu also instructed PENCOM to urgently resolve the long-standing pension issues affecting police personnel, noting that men and women who dedicate their lives to national security must be allowed to retire in dignity and peace. In other news stories, operations at the Port Harcourt International Airport were briefly disrupted on Wednesday as members of the National Union of Air Transport Employees NUATE protested against the federal government's plan to concession the facility. The protest followed recent comments by the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, who declared the government's intention to concession both the Port Harcourt International Airport and the Akanu Ibiam International Cargo Airport in Enugu, citing concerns over their economic viability. Carrying placards with inscriptions such as FAAN workers say no to concession and concession is a fraud, the aviation workers voiced their strong opposition to the move. During the demonstration, the NUATE chairman at the Port Harcourt Airport, Felix Owoife, questioned the rationale behind selecting the airport for concession, arguing that it ranks competitively with Abuja's Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport regarding traffic and revenue. He maintained that the union sees the move as an attempt to advance vested interests, vowing that protests would continue until the federal government meets the union's demands. And now ValueJet has responded to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority NCAA's recent suspension of two of its pilots following a safety breach at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The NCAA said preliminary findings showed that the ValueJet flight crew initiated departure procedures without obtaining proper pre-departure clearance, a violation the agency described as reckless and dangerous to ground personnel and other airport users. As part of its enforcement action, the Aviation Authority immediately suspended the licenses of the pilot, Captain Oluranti Ogoyi, and the co-pilot, First Officer Ivan Oloba. In a Wednesday statement, ValueJet acknowledged the incident and said it fully cooperates with ongoing investigations. The statement read in part: the crew involved were immediately removed from active duty pending the outcome of a thorough internal review. Emphasizing its commitment to safety, the airline stated, At ValueJet, safety is not negotiable. We operate under strict adherence to regulatory procedures and international safety standards. The airline also praised the NCAA for its swift response and pledged continued cooperation to maintain the integrity of Nigeria's aviation sector. On the foreign scene, Germany has expanded its Schengen visa processing capacity across Africa and the Middle East by launching 4 new German visa application centers. The centers located in Abuja, Lagos in Nigeria, Yaoundé in Cameroon, and Nicosia in Cyprus are part of a newly renewed 7-year agreement between the German Federal Foreign Office and VFS Global, a private visa outsourcing firm. Before this expansion, Nigerian applicants had to rely solely on the German consulate in Lagos and the embassy in Abuja, leading to long waits and limited appointment slots. With the new centers, visa processing is expected to be faster, less congested, and more accessible, especially for Nigerians seeking travel for education, tourism, healthcare, or professional opportunities. VFS Global has, however, warned the public against fake websites and fraudulent agents claiming to offer visa appointment services for a fee. Now to entertainment. Embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is seeking a presidential pardon from U.S. President Donald Trump ahead of his sentencing scheduled for October 3rd, 2025, following his conviction on prostitution-related charges. Diddy's lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, confirmed the move during an interview with CNN on Tuesday. "It's my understanding that we have reached out and had conversations in reference to a pardon," she said. However, Trump appears unlikely to grant the request. In an interview with Newsmax, the president acknowledged having a cordial past relationship with Combs, but noted that the rapper was very hostile to him during his presidential campaign. "I was very friendly with him, but when I ran for office, he was hostile," Trump said. When asked if that meant a pardon was off the table, he responded, "I would say so, yeah." Leadership TV recalls that Combs was convicted last month by a New York jury on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, with each charge carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years. He was, however, acquitted of more severe racketeering and sex trafficking charges. The sentencing hearing is set for October 3rd. That's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.